Resentment towards the migrants is on the rise. A recent poll shows that 95% of Botswanans support heightened border security.
There are too many Zimbabweans in Francistown. I mean, you can tell this is a Zimbabwean because mostly they look dirty somehow. Sometimes they smell, you know.
You know, I had a friend who was sometimes joking, that saying that there are more Zimbabweans here than in Zimbabwe.
Botswana people are angry. They're unemployed. They're very angry. Each and every morning, somebody wakes up in the morning to go out and look for a job, and only to find that a Zimbabwean guy with cheap labor has taken over the job. Yeah.
People employ Zimbabweans because they believe they're hard workers. They prefer them than the Botswana, so somehow they feel threatened, you know, yeah.
They will do lesser jobs just to, you know, just to work. I mean, they need a job, so they need to work. So they will do anything, regardless of their references or CVs or whatever, they do work.
The question of how to cope with the influx of illegal immigrants regularly makes headlines. Nomsa Ndlovu is a journalist with the Francistown Voice. She has been reporting the growing tensions between her countrymen and the border jumpers. Ndlovu recently reported one sensational case. A Botswanan woman suspected Zimbabweans of stealing food from her kitchen. So one night, she laced it with rat poison.
And as usual, these Zimbabweans ate the food, but then 3 of them died and 1 managed to survive. Many people were saying, we are sick and tired of these Zimbabweans stealing, and if people can just do this, you know, everybody was applauding the old woman for doing that. So there was nobody who was regretting that maybe it resulted in the loss of a human being, but everybody was like, oh, if everybody could just copy this woman and then we will have no problems of these Zimbabweans stealing in our houses. Nobody sympathizes with them any longer.
Still, Ndlovu grew up in Zimbabwe and is alarmed by the rising hostility of her fellow Botswanans.
If I didn't have anything to put on my table, if I didn't have money to pay rent and everything, then the first person that I can look at is my neighbor.